Have you ever wondered why your legs feel weaker, even though you're eating healthy, exercising, and trying to do everything right? Why do stairs suddenly feel like mountains? Why does getting up from your favorite chair take a little more effort than it used to? Is it just age, or is something else secretly holding you back? This is where things might get a little surprising. Sometimes the problem isn't what you're failing to do. It's something you're already doing without realizing the harm. Every single day, many seniors make a quiet mistake, fully believing they're making a healthy choice. Why? Because we've been told our whole lives that fruit is natural, wholesome, and good for us. And yes, most of it is. But here's the truth that rarely gets talked about. Not all fruits are created equal, especially for senior citizens. In fact, several common fruits, the ones many of us eat every week without a second thought, can slowly weaken your legs, increase joint inflammation, cause knee pain, and make walking a chore. Fruits that are marketed as the picture of health can actually be working against your leg strength, your balance, and your mobility. You see, as we get older, our bodies change. Our metabolism slows down, our circulation isn't as robust as it once was, and foods that used to be our friends can start to cause subtle damage. This is especially true for certain fruits. Despite their innocent appearance and sweet taste, they contain specific acids, sugars, and compounds that can spike blood sugar, aggravate our joints, and weaken our leg muscles. Even worse, the damage is slow. It's subtle. It's practically invisible until one day you feel a sharp pain in your calf, a persistent ache in your thighs, or a frustrating tightness in your knees after just a short walk. Today, I'm going to share the top 7 fruits that people over 60 should be cautious with, especially if you want to protect your legs from chronic damage, pain, and decline. Even though they seem harmless, there's a side to these fruits you need to know about. Once you hear the truth, you might never look at your fruit bowl the same way again. So, if you value your mobility and want to keep your legs strong, steady, and pain-free, stick with me to the very end. This could be the wake-up call your body has been waiting for. But before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you're serious about your health, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because we share information here that you won't hear anywhere else. And as you're watching, if this video resonates with you, let me know by typing a 1 in the comments. If not, type a 0. Your feedback is more important than you know. All right, let's start with the first fruit on our list. It's praised for fighting inflammation, but for seniors, it can do the exact opposite. Let's talk about pineapple. Juicy, tropical, and delicious, pineapple has a stellar reputation as a natural anti-inflammatory thanks to an enzyme called bromelain. But here's the twist. Despite the common belief that it reduces inflammation, for seniors, pineapple can be a silent troublemaker. You see, pineapple contains 2 things: powerful acids and natural sugars. And those sugars aren't as innocent as they seem, especially when you're over 60. Let me break it down. As we age, our blood vessels become more delicate and sensitive. They don't handle sugar spikes the way they used to. When you eat pineapple, you're sending a burst of natural sugar into your bloodstream. What does this do to you? It causes a rapid rise in blood sugar. That spike can cause low-grade damage to the tiny blood vessels that feed your legs, feet, and muscles. Over time, as your circulation gets weaker, your legs get less oxygen. And the result? Swelling, fatigue, and pain. It's that dull, dragging ache you feel in your legs after a short walk. It's the stiffness in your knees when you stand up. It's the way your ankles start to hurt even after a day of sitting. But there's more. Pineapple is also quite acidic. If you already deal with arthritis or inflammation, that acid can irritate your joints. It's like pouring a little fuel on a fire that's already burning in your knees, hips, and ankles. Some people even report that their legs feel heavy after eating pineapple, as if their strength is being slowly drained away. And you should know this too. The famous enzyme bromelain can interfere with certain medications, particularly blood thinners, making them either too potent or less effective. But here's the most devious part. There's no immediate red flag with pineapple. There's no sudden sharp pain. It's a slow creep until one day you realize you can't move the way you used to. And the saddest part? Most seniors never connect their mysterious leg weakness to the healthy fruit they eat. So what can you do? While you don't have to banish pineapple forever, you should be mindful of how much you eat, especially if you've been struggling with unexplained swelling or chronic leg pain. The damage is subtle, but it's real. Now, if a supposedly anti-inflammatory fruit like pineapple can be this tricky for aging legs, what about our next one? It's soft, convenient, and famous for boosting potassium and muscle strength. But it might be fooling you. Let's talk about bananas. Soft, sweet, and packed with potassium, bananas are often seen as the ultimate superfood. They're supposed to energize you, prevent muscle cramps, and support your muscles. For seniors, however, the story is a bit different. Bananas are very high in fast-digesting carbohydrates and natural sugar. This means that shortly after you eat one, your blood sugar levels spike, and your body scrambles to manage it with insulin. When this happens regularly, your legs pay the price. Circulation gets weaker and inflammation goes up. This can lead to that feeling of heaviness in your legs after a meal, stiff calves, and a dull ache when you're walking or climbing stairs. But that's not all. Bananas can also encourage fluid retention, especially in people who might have underlying heart or kidney issues. This leads to swollen feet, puffy ankles, and stiff joints. The impact is silent. You eat a banana thinking you're doing your muscles a favor, but you could be slowly making them weaker. The worst part is that over time, eating bananas can contribute to more pain and less mobility, but you won't feel this effect immediately. If your legs often feel heavy, swollen, or painful, take a look at the fruits on your counter. Bananas might not be as friendly as they seem. Now, while bananas are known for supporting muscles, our next fruit is small, beloved, and looks completely innocent, yet it could be quietly setting your joints on fire. Let's talk about grapes. Grapes seem harmless, right? They're small, juicy, and so easy to snack on. Plus, they're famous for being full of antioxidants and good for your heart. What most people don't know is that for seniors, grapes can be a source of low-grade inflammation, stiffness, and leg pain. Why? Because grapes contain a type of sugar called fructose, which in high amounts can be tricky. Fructose is processed directly by the liver, where it can be converted into fat and uric acid. When your liver can't keep up, the real trouble begins. Uric acid can build up and crystallize in your joints, especially in your ankles, knees, and big toes, leading to sudden episodes of burning, swelling, and sharp pain. It's that nagging ache that makes even a short walk feel like a marathon. Have you ever woken up with a piercing pain in your big toe or felt a sudden stiffness in your calves? Something as simple as a bowl of grapes could be contributing to a rise in your uric acid levels. Fructose also fuels chronic, low-level inflammation throughout your body. This means more stiffness, more pressure, and less freedom of movement. And it's incredibly easy to overdo it with grapes. They're small enough that you can just keep popping them in your mouth. Before you know it, you've eaten 2 or 3 cups, and the sugar load adds up quickly. So while grapes may seem like a healthy snack, for an aging body, they can be a sneaky way to weaken your legs, reduce your flexibility, and increase your discomfort. If you've been eating grapes regularly and notice more swelling and stiffness, you now know what might be hiding behind that sweetness. But other delicious fruits can be just as deceptive. Another one is famous for being vibrant, rich, and hydrating. But don't be fooled. It feels like water, but it works like sugar on the inside. Let's talk about watermelon. Light, refreshing, and the very symbol of summer and hydration, it's watermelon. But could this incredibly watery fruit be secretly harming your legs? It sounds strange, doesn't it? Everyone thinks watermelon is the perfect way to stay hydrated. It's mostly water, low in calories, and feels incredibly safe. But here's the trick. Watermelon has a very high glycemic index. This means that it raises your blood sugar almost as fast as candy does. And for seniors, those frequent sugar spikes are a big deal, especially for your legs. Let me explain. When your blood sugar shoots up, your body releases insulin to manage it. But as our bodies age, our ability to regulate insulin becomes less efficient. The result is inflammation, especially in areas with poor circulation. And where does that show up? In your calves, ankles, and knees. You might notice your legs feeling tired right after you eat, a dull ache during short walks, or persistent swelling in your ankles. Climbing stairs starts to feel like a monumental task. Watermelon is a beautiful trap. Because it's juicy and refreshing, most people eat a lot of it. One slice becomes 2, then 3, and all that time, you're amplifying the sugar stress and the inflammatory response. It's deceptive. You think you're hydrating, but really your blood sugar is spiking, your circulation is suffering, and your legs are paying the price. So, does watermelon truly hydrate seniors, or does it just make every step a little more painful? If you eat watermelon often and your legs have been feeling more fatigued lately, it might be time to reconsider. Let's move on to a fruit that's synonymous with vitamin C and health. It's in our breakfast juice, our immunity shots, and our get well soon baskets. But for seniors, it could be delivering an acidic attack on your joints. Let's talk about oranges. Bright, fragrant, and a staple on the breakfast table, oranges are supposed to boost our immunity with their vitamin C. For seniors, especially those over 60, oranges can hide an uncomfortable truth. Behind that zesty glow is acid, and your joints don't like it. Oranges are loaded with citric acid. While this may seem harmless, it can quietly irritate your joints, especially if you already have underlying arthritis, stiffness, or inflammation. This can manifest as chronic hip pain, morning stiffness in your knees that takes longer to go away, increased swelling, and limited mobility. You might dismiss it as just getting older, but your healthy morning glass of orange juice could be aggravating the very pain you're trying to avoid. Here's what happens. The citric acid in oranges doesn't just stay in your stomach. It enters your bloodstream and can irritate the sensitive tissues in and around your joints. Combine that with the fruit's natural sugar, and it also contributes to a blood sugar spike. The result? Systemic inflammation. Your ankles, calves, and knees become inflamed, making every step feel heavier and more painful. As you can see, oranges might not be a problem for younger folks, but for seniors with aging joints and less resilient circulation, they have a subtle, cumulative effect. The worst part is that you eat them thinking you're doing something good because oranges have been tied to health for so long. But now you know they may not be on your side. So, what's next? This fruit is crisp, clean, green, and lower in sugar. It's seen as the safe option, but it's hiding something that can lead to hip pain, tight knees, and even nighttime cramps. Let's talk about green apples. With their crisp, clean profile, green apples seem like the healthier choice, especially for seniors. Because they taste less sweet, they have the appearance of a virtuous low-sugar snack. What most people don't realize, however, is that green apples can be a secret source of leg pain, stiffness, and fatigue. The threat here is twofold: malic acid and hidden natural sugars. First, let's discuss malic acid. This is the acid that gives green apples their signature tart flavor. While it's fine for younger bodies, it can be a problem for older digestive systems. As we age, our gut lining becomes more sensitive, and when malic acid enters the system, it can be an irritant to our tissues, including our joints. Some seniors report a nagging ache in their hips or thighs after eating apples. Others notice a stiffness in their knees or a low-grade heat in their feet. It starts subtly, but as the acid accumulates, the pain can become more frequent. Then there's the sugar. Even though green apples aren't as sweet as red ones, they still contain natural sugars. For older adults with a less efficient metabolism, that sugar still causes fluctuations in blood sugar. This can manifest as tired calves, morning stiffness, nighttime leg cramps, or a feeling of weakness when you're trying to climb stairs. The trickiest part is that green apples are often consumed raw, as a standalone snack, or even before bed, which means their impact on the body is uninterrupted. For an aging body, the seemingly pure and healthy green apple could be slowly making walks more difficult, joints more stiff, and nights less restful. Now, if something as safe as an apple can do this, what about a rich, tropical fruit that's almost sinfully sweet? Let's talk about the king of fruits for some, but a real sugar bomb. Let's talk about the mango. Soft, juicy, and almost like candy, the mango is a fruit that nearly everyone loves, especially during the summer. But here's the hard truth. For seniors struggling with leg pain and joint weakness, mangoes might be the single most challenging fruit. Why? Because it is loaded with natural sugar. Not just a little, but a massive sugar rush that sends your blood sugar soaring fast and high. If you're 30 and active, your body can probably handle that surge. But after 60, your metabolism is different. That sugar rush causes your insulin to spike and then crash. Every time this happens, your body produces inflammation deep within your joints, especially in the soft tissues around your knees, hips, and ankles. If you have nerve issues, you might experience a burning sensation in your toes, tingling that won't quit, swelling around your feet in the evening, or a creeping heaviness in your legs. It's easy to eat too much mango because it feels light, tastes fresh, and doesn't seem like a heavy food. But for your body, that light feeling means nothing. It's the sugar it reacts to, which over time can lead to unstable legs, achy joints, and slow, painful walking. Many seniors see mangoes as a natural treat. It is natural, but that doesn't mean it's healthy for aging joints and compromised circulation. So now you have the full picture. 7 fruits, all praised for their health benefits, but all with a hidden downside for those of us over 60. But here's the good news. For every fruit with a catch, there are others that do the opposite. They fight inflammation, soothe joint pain, and promote strong, sturdy legs. Let's talk about those healing alternatives and what seniors should be eating instead. Now that you know which fruits to be wary of, let's talk about what you can eat. Because choosing the right fruits doesn't just satisfy a sweet tooth, it helps heal your body. First up, let's talk about berries. Blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, these little powerhouses are packed with potent anti-inflammatory compounds. They're low in sugar, high in antioxidants, and gentle on your blood sugar levels. Most importantly, they help improve circulation, especially to the legs. They reduce swelling, fight stiffness, and help you move more freely. Next, cherries, but in moderation. Cherries can help reduce uric acid, lowering the risk of gout flare-ups and joint pain. They soothe aching joints and can reduce that burning sensation in the knees and toes. Just a handful of cherries can bring significant relief. Then there's the avocado. Yes, it's a fruit, and it's one of the best for joint health. Why? Because it's loaded with healthy fats that help lubricate your joints and reduce internal inflammation. It also helps regulate insulin, giving you steady energy without the blood sugar roller coaster. Looking for something easy to digest? Try papaya. This soft tropical fruit contains enzymes that aid digestion and help reduce inflammation. It's gentle on the stomach and kind to aging joints. And don't forget about pears. They offer a touch of sweetness without being overwhelming. When eaten with a little fiber or protein, they provide energy without putting too much stress on your legs. Each of these fruits works with your body, not against it. They don't leave you feeling swollen or achy. They provide the calm, balance, and vitality your body craves. Remember, it's not just about eating fruit. It's about choosing the right fruits for your age and your body's current needs. And when you make those conscious choices, you will feel the difference. Lighter steps, smoother mornings, and stronger strides. Now, let's wrap this up with a final thought and a message just for you. If you've watched this far, I know you care about your health, your strength, and your future. And I want you to hear this loud and clear. You are not out of time. You are not out of options. And you are not alone. Getting older is tough. The slow creep of pain, stiffness, and the fear of a fall can sometimes make you feel like your body is betraying you. But here's the truth. You can take back control. Not with drastic measures, but with small, smart changes. One choice at a time, one meal at a time, one fruit at a time. The fruits we discussed today aren't evil. They just might not be the right choice for you right now. And that's okay. Getting older isn't about giving up. It's about getting smarter. When you start eating with intention, choosing foods that support your joints, your circulation, and your strength, you will see a change. Less pain, more flexibility, smoother mornings, and lighter steps. That's the goal. Freedom, not fear. Now, I want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me one thing you learned today and one change you're inspired to make. Let's create a supportive community because we're all stronger when we share. If this video helped you or opened your eyes even a little bit, please hit that like button. And to make sure you never miss out on information that can change your health for the better, subscribe before you go. Turn on your notifications. If you found this video helpful, please type a 1. If not, type a 0. Your comment is more important than you realize. Stay strong, stay aware, and remember, your legs carry your independence.